Okay, time to turn our attention to Matlock Town Football Club, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined now by the Matlock Town gaffer, Paul Phillips. Philo, how are you today?
Good, thank you. Matthew, yourself?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Very well. So first of all, Philo, it's been an interesting pre-season campaign for Matlock. I'm just glad that you managed to get a game sort of done and dusted against Ramsbottom because, of course, the game at Macclesfield was cancelled due to an extreme heat weather warning, and then the Alfreton game got cancelled because of a couple of unfortunate things with a few players injured and a few players on holiday, so you didn't have enough players available. So first of all, has this been sort of one of the toughest preseason campaigns you've had, just because you've had a bit of bad luck, which has meant you've not been able to have as many matches as you would normally have?
I won't say it's been tough. I think it's probably the way of the world at the moment. Like I said to a couple of lads last night, people want to go away on holidays. Obviously, with the last couple of seasons, when we've come back pre-season, well, we've not finished the season. A lot of people could go away and leave the country, so we had a settled team, settled pre-season, a lot of time to put into them. Probably back to where we used to be, really, at the moment in time, and having to sort of guide through people's holidays. Obviously, the injuries don't really help, but that's part and parcel of being a manager. But we've just got to take it on the chin. It gives us less time to prepare. I have to apologise to Alverton. I didn't obviously. I didn't want to go up there with 7 or 8 players, but it was unrecognisable because of the only trialist and not give them a game. So I apologise to Billy. It's not professional how we want to be on our behalf, but it was needs must. And obviously the Macclesfield game, I think we got that bang on because it wasn't even up for debate when we seen the heat on the Tuesday night. It was absolutely scorching. So I think it would have been absolutely mental to try and play football in that.
Yeah, certainly the right call for that one, certainly. But Matlock did get a win on the board, first pre-season win ahead of the 2022-23 season. So on Tuesday night, Matlock beat Ramsbottom 1-0 away from home. I weren't there for that one, unfortunately, but just overall, were you pleased with the performance? Are you seeing what you want to see from your new faces?
Yeah, it was a good test. There was a decent team. The pitch was long as it normally are pre-season, so it wasn't conducive for fast-flowing football. So, but we played some good stuff. Could have scored a couple more goals, so that's really disappointing. And it felt like we went back in time to the end of last season a couple of times, but we kept at it. There's probably 5 or 6 players that had really just come into the team over the last couple of weeks to sort of try and get something deal-wise off us, who did really well. A couple of lads who stepped up. Sean Higgins is coming back from holiday. Joe Ferguson played 30 minutes because he's sort of feeling his way back in from a back injury. Sharmo, I think, has been absolutely outstanding in the last. I think he's been the best player on the pitch. Jamie Sharman for the last 2 games after coming back from COVID, and he's been a big miss. And I say if he can keep playing and performing like that, he's got a massive future, as we know. But again, it's just a matter of getting things right for the 13th. For me, Matt, that's the only way we can do it. Try and get everything settled down, hoping for Carlton we can get a team out that resembles what we're going to play on the opening day of the season.
Yeah, now Matlock have made officially confirmed a couple of new signings within the 24 hours since we're recording this. So first of all, let's talk about Rhys Potts, because I know Rhys played 2 or 3 trial games for Matlock. So I saw him in action against Mansfield Town, I think it was. Had a really good chance to score and get an equaliser towards the end of that one. For anyone that hasn't seen Rhys play in pre-season, what kind of a player is he, and what can fans expect from Rhys Potts?
To be fair, he missed 2 or 3 weeks of pre-season, so he came in late, so he's playing catch up. He's quick, direct. We first seen him playing for Ossett when he was on loan from York, so we've sort of kept in touch with him, looked at him a few times. Probably a little bit too early last season. I think he went to Belper end of last season. He needs to play games. We're going to dual reg him with our North West Counties team over the next couple of weeks because they start early, so that'll get him back up to speed. But he played for them Tuesday evening, I think he scored 2 or 3 goals. And that's what he's got to do for us. We've given him an opportunity to come in. We're not sort of overworked in the forward line. We've got Jake Day at the moment. We're trying to obviously strengthen that area. So he's got his opportunity to try and stake a claim come the 13th. So again, they always say to all forwards, he'll get gauged on how many goals he scores, and that's the be all and end all. It won't be performances. He needs to put the ball in the net.
Yeah, and the second signing that got confirmed recently, and well, if he's listening to this show, I hope I've pronounced it correctly. I'm going to go with Remy Efanuga. So apologies again if I've got that one wrong, but he seems an interesting player. I've never seen him play. I've only read about him within the last 24 hours. So I understand he's only 17, but I think he's 6 foot. He's already got quite a big physical presence. What kind of player have Matlock got there? Because I understand that he's certainly one to look out for in the future.
Yeah, there's another one. He's only 17. He came in. Training was last week. Another one that went to play for New Mills in a friendly on Tuesday. Did well. Probably another player that will look to dual reg because I don't think he's quite ready to probably push on at this level. But I think we've got to build for the future as well as the present. So he's a good footballer. He'll have the ball in tight areas. He's big. He's strong. He's an athlete. But again, he's come out with the professional game, so he's got a lot to learn about this level of football and the physicality. So I think bringing him in and having him on the bench probably won't sort of suit his progression. It's probably going to be a matter of getting him out there and getting some games and learn how to take the kicks and the bruises, and then see where we go from there. But I think we sort of got to be proactive in what we do in that case, because recruitment's getting harder and harder. So if we can pick them up and sort of guide them through in the lower leagues and have a connection with the likes of New Mills and places like that who are lower down the pyramid, help them out to help us, and then take him on when he's ready to start pushing on for ourselves.
Okay, and well, between now, obviously, it's not too long now before the league season starts. That's on Saturday, the 13th of August. But I've seen quite a few Matlock fans online, whether it be Facebook or Twitter, just sort of wondering if there's going to be any more new signings coming into the team before the start of the season. What's the likelihood of 2 or 3 more new faces coming into the club between now and then?
We're trying. We're trying our best, Matthew. Honestly, I've tried since we got actually on the way on the coach from losing to Scarborough, all the way till we're talking now. I'm on the phone constantly, trying to get a forward in. Problem we've got is everyone else's. Financially, it's not always easy to get someone in that fits the profile of the wage cap or the wage bill. But it comes back down to there's probably 92 other teams or 100 other teams in non-league that are looking for a goal scorer, and that's going to score 15, 20 goals. And I can assure you myself, Cade, Dave, Bright, we've all been out watching matches, trying our best to try and see if we get that hidden gem, or go and see if we can get that tried and tested centre forward or winger / centre forward. And we're still trying. So we've just got to wait for the fallout of the leagues above and hope something comes around the corner. But at the moment in time, it's sort of it's frustrating to say the least.
Well, it's been in the news recently. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is looking to go somewhere on loan. So
yeah, I don't think he'd get in. I don't think he'd get in our team. Not after the car he's seen him driving this morning. It get vandalised on the way in.
And just finally then, Philo, so Friday night this week, so we're not too far away at all. We've got friendly game at home against the Derby County under-21 side. What kind of game is that in store for you? Is it still likely that you're going to have a few players missing through injuries and on holidays? What kind of game will that be?
We will have probably 4 or 5 missing. Ryan Qualter, Rhys. I think Rhys Kendall will be back. Alex Wiles have been missing. Mark Lees will still be missing. So the nucleus of the team I will be away, but it's up to the others to step up to the plate. But it'd be a tough game. Derby came down, and Jake Buxton's got a good team. They're a good. There was a shoulder to shoulder, a good team last year. I think we won the game. If I'm not mistaken, did we win the game last year? 3-0.
2-1, yeah.
2-1, sorry. Yeah. So it'll be a tough game. It'll be a different kind of game than we had last night, where they'll probably have a lot of possession. But with the lads being away, as I've said to the lads who are stepping in, it's up to them to change my mind and sort of put themselves in the shop window to come play on the 13th of August, and that's what's up to them. Maybe one or two did last night, but for me, 3 or 4 of them sort of answered the question why you like some Hartleys, your Qualts, and your other players, Jake Days, are still top of the list.
Okay, great stuff. Well, best of luck, Philo, for that pre-season game at home against Derby County under-21s, and I'm sure we'll be speaking to you again very soon, Philo. So thanks for your time, and we'll speak to you soon.
No problem, mate. Thank you.